And I'm back with another one. Hi. I am Naturallygabbie, and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome. So, this topic that I want to talk about, conformity. Let's just get into it, shall we? Okay. I have always been a big believer of not conforming, of thinking for yourself, of being yourself. And I even made a whole project about it when I was in high school. I just did an impromptu scene monologue that I created. And can you not? Sorry, my puppy is walking around the stand, shaking it up. Rude. Yeah. And I just very much believed that it was very important to be yourself. I felt like I was surrounded by people who weren't being themselves, and they were constantly telling me to tone myself down. And it's honestly kind of funny because even though I felt like I was the only one who was being myself, I technically wasn't. I realized that my whole life I have been conforming, had been past tense. I had told myself that I could only do certain things because they were allowed, you know? A lot of my uniqueness and self-expression was really a rebellion. I grew up in a household where I wasn't allowed to express myself how I truly wanted to express myself, which is in a very emotional, vulnerable, sensitive way. You know, I turned to a lot of making myself out to be like a jokester, always happy, always laughing when I was out in the public. And at home, I did the same thing because I felt like that was my safest bet. You know, I wasn't allowed to be angry. I wasn't allowed to really be sad. I wasn't allowed to take things personally or get in my feelings. I wasn't allowed to feel a type of way, you know? So I technically was conforming for a long time. I was told ever since I was young that I'm a drama queen, that I'm extra, that I should be an actress. And I ran with that because I was allowed to. You know, everyone is telling me that I should be this person. I should thrive to go for this career because this is who I am. And I allowed people to tell me who I was for a very, very long time. I was comfortable with allowing people to lead my life, tell me who I am, what I am, how I'm supposed to talk, how I'm supposed to be, how I feel, how I'm not supposed to feel for so long, up until recently. And since I started my journey 3 years ago, I have really been deconstructing, tearing down all of the noise, all of the voices that were not mine, telling me who I am, what I'm supposed to be. And I've come to realize that even though I am me, I haven't changed on a cellular level, what the fuck am I saying? I still am kooky, quirky, random Gabbie, but I come so much deeper than that. I am so much more. And that person was being held down, held back, covered, really because I allowed her to be. Really because I chose not to look any further than what people were telling me I was, based on their surface level perceptions of who I am. I am an actress, but I'm also a dancer and a singer and a writer and a content creator and a fucking artist. Like, I am so much. I am a shaman. I am a healer. I am an empath. I am an activist. I am a woman who is sensitive and feels so much, sees so much, understands so much. And you want to be a part of the video? Okay, say hi. Say hi. Look at the camera. Okay, get away from me. You're doing the most. Don't come back over here, serious. Go play. Go play. I let you out so you can go play. Leave me alone. Anyways, where was I? I do magic, I create magic, I am magic. Like, I can't even put into words all that I am. And I was allowing myself to be, that's not a box, boxed in. I was allowing myself to be confined. And I was not talking so much, but I was talking the talk but not walking the walk. Yeah, I feel like everybody should not conform, because conformity is whack and lame and boring. and we are all spirits on this earthly plane. We are so much more. We can't even be actually contained unless we allow ourselves to be. So literally, like, serious? You only decide to start squeaking when I'm on the phone. You never do this unless you hear me talking. I don't appreciate it. You do not get to monopolize my time. Respect my boundaries. He's my son, so I gotta, put him in his place. Anyways, even though I wasn't conforming in the sense of I was doing what everybody else around me was doing, I was not. What I was conforming to was everybody's idea of me. I believe that's definitely a form of conformity. Like, I was conforming to everyone's idea of me instead of taking a moment and exploring myself. I allowed people to tell me who I am, and I ran with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I am unique. Yeah, I am loud. Like, I am aggressive. I am all these things that people are telling me. I am an actress, and that's it. That's all I can be. I didn't dig deeper. I didn't explore any further. And I have been doing that in the past 3 years. And like I said, I cannot even put into words all that I am. The ones that I gave you, take them, appreciate them, because I am even more than that. We all are. We all are. It was really crazy because I read a lot of everything. I read books, I read, I'm looking at my library like you can see it, but I read a lot of different things, including manga. And I was reading this one, and it was a BL, because I love BLs. And this guy was in love with this other guy from school, and they ended up working at the same school together as teachers. And he had gotten out of a very abusive relationship, emotionally abusive, where this man that he was with literally told him who he was, what he liked, what he felt. And now that he's with this person who is just like, I love you for you, whoever that is, he started to really come to terms with the fact that he actually did not know who he was. And me reading this, it was just like an aha moment. I was just like, I was low-key judging him. I'm just like, how you gonna have this man tell you who you are and dictate your life? And I'm just like thinking about myself and how I would never let anybody do that to me. And I'm just like thinking, and I'm just like, well, in reality, you've let everyone do that to you your whole life. Who are you without the labels that have been put on you? Who are you when you make all your choices for only yourself? Who are you when you don't allow anyone, including your adorable, sweet, lovable puppy, to disrespect your boundaries? What are your boundaries? Like, all these thoughts started to pour into my head, and I'm just like, who am I? Have I been conforming to this idea of this person that everyone has been telling me I am my whole life? And if that's true, then who am I really? And it's so crazy because I've always known who I was. I've always talked about her dreams and the things that she wants to do, especially in the past year or two. She had been speaking so loudly, and I've been hearing her and sharing her voice, but still walking in this life that I allowed others to create for me. Still walking this path of everyone else's opinions matter. Everyone else's emotions and feelings are more important. Everyone else's problems are mine. Because I had been taught that putting yourself first is selfish. So then how could I have possibly taken the time to really know who I am if I didn't believe that getting to know myself and not caring about anybody else was most important. Yeah. Even though I agree with some of the observations of who I am, like I said, I'm so much more. And I would not have ever discovered this amazing being that I am if I hadn't started asking the real questions. When I decided that I was going to get to know myself and really actually get to know myself, not just like, oh yeah, what's my favorite color, you know, but like on a deep level, I started thinking about my YouTube channel and whether or not it reflected this me. And I was just like, I don't think so. Even though I was very much myself, the concept of my channel, of this channel, reflected someone who was very new to the healing journey and was all about the healing journey. I was using healing myself as like a lifeline because I had gone through so many changes and I had let go of so many things and so many people. I felt kind of adrift and lost, and focusing on healing myself and all those emotions became my lifeline. And I created this channel out of that lifeline, out of that feeling, out of that almost not desperation, but it was like a need. I was like, I need something to anchor me, and I need to know that I'm not alone. And I think I was pulling cards, or I was watching a tarot reading, and it talked about how I needed to speak to humanity, how I needed to be a service to humanity. And of course, as a dark empath at the time, hearing that I needed to service humanity, I'm just like, okay, I can do that. I've been doing that all my life. But in reality, I understand that my higher self, spirit, the universe, the whatever else there is out there, has a lot to say and needs as many messengers as possible. And I respect that. But it's also about me. And I love doing this. I love sharing my experience. And if anyone is touched or gets clarity from this, that's a bonus. But it's not what this is all about. That's not what my channel is all about. And I was thinking about just scrubbing it clean and starting over new, but in reality, all those videos that I've already made are important. They're things to look back on because they're almost like the foundation of this channel, the foundation of me, all the things that I was learning in order to understand myself, my position in life, what I want to do, my values. Everything that I talk about, everything is connected anyways, right? I have a whole video on connectivity and how everything is connected. But literally all those videos are literally the foundation of all the videos I'm going to be creating. So I'm not gonna let them go. I'm gonna leave them where they're at. Even though I am evolving still from that Gabbie, even the Gabbie that was in those videos. Like I said, it's a foundation. I think it's important that they're there, that they're seen, and I believe definitely that they can really help people the way all the things that I learned in those videos that I shared with you guys has helped me. So yeah. I'm really glad that I started doing this again, and I really appreciate everyone who's watching, everyone who likes my videos, who gets excited when they get that little notification that Naturally Gabbie is on and popping. What? The comments, I will be reading all of them. The subscribers, because for you to subscribe to my channel means that you are in this with me, and I mean, I can't do anything but appreciate that, because this is me open, vulnerable, and sharing. So yeah, say a huge fuck you to conformity and just be your goddamn beautiful, amazing self. And if you don't know who that person is, figure them out. I think you will be really surprised. Peace, love, and moonlight. Thank you for watching.